Hi there, students. So in this short video, we're going to upload some photos to our discussion board. This video is for activity 1. And to get into the discussion, I'm here on the discussion board and I can click on the discussion. You can see here that there's a previous example that I put. To create a new thread, you're going to click on Create a Thread. And then all of the directions appear here. So I'm going to make another example, professor example, and I'm going to add some text here. Hi class. I won't always add an example, but I thought I would for our first discussion. So I'm going to add a photo down below. To do that, you're going to click on the plus sign, and that will open up all of these options. You want to add insert local file. And I'm going to go to the folder where I have my photos. If you're working from something else, then this process will be slightly different, but I wanted to do it on the computer to start with. So I've got my photos. I've got one that's like an Instagram action shot. I've got one that's kind of my workspace. Let's see, the ones that had the best color were right here. That's one had some good color. And so that uploads right here so that anybody viewing the discussion post isn't going to have to upload a photo to look at things. They can just scroll down and see what you've made. To make the photo bigger or smaller, I can click on the photo and then right click and go to image. And I can make it bigger or smaller. And I can add an alternative description so that if someone who's visually impaired clicks on the photo, they'll have a description of it. So I can change the width and height and do that kind of thing if it's too big, which sometimes it is. So then I click off of the photo and you see my cursor is down below. I've done this previously so that, oh, look at this, some of the actual materials. This was not some of the actual materials. So I actually wanted to put on some actual materials. So let's get the picture of actual materials. Silly me. There's the actual materials. If I ever ask you to add a photo of your drawing space, this would be a good example of that. Oops, what am I doing? Wrong one. It's always good to see the professor making a few mistakes because actually it kind of shows you how to undo those mistakes. So I'm opening this one up. Okay, so here are the actual materials that I'm working with. And then the next question was to describe the materials. So I'm clicking and adding that description. So here's my description. Let's zoom in a little bit so that we can actually see what this is. So there's my description. And then I had the next thing is the photo of the actual activity. I don't know why it always asks me this. It's a little annoying, but I'm glad that they're asking my permission to do certain things, I guess. Better to ask than not. And then at the bottom it says describe a success I encountered during my drawing activity. The success was that I filled the whole page with marks that had enough contrast to show up in a photo. So that's something that I'm glad that the photo ended up looking like the drawing that I made, if you can call that a drawing. Looks pretty messy. I love it though. I like these a lot. and describe a challenge. The challenge was really specific to me. My video camera that I usually take videos on was not cooperating. It's worked really well for me in the past, and it just is holding all my videos hostage. So I needed to do them all over again, which it's always a pain in the neck to do things over again, but at least I got a bunch of practice. So here is my post. And then another thing that you can do, let's see. So sometimes people do this. They attach a file by browsing local files and then uploading this. And so let's see what happens when we submit. Let's see what we can see and what we can't. So this was my first example. Here's the example I just uploaded. Here's the way it looks. Looks almost exactly the way I did things before. Here is the photo that I uploaded. So if I do this, then if I attach the photos like files, then other students are going to have to open up each one, and it makes it so it's harder for them to kind of see the progression of what you were working on. It's just, it's easier to just scroll down and look like that. Okay. So to reply to a post, you're just going to add some thoughtful words right there. And I'm never thoughtful when I'm doing a little test. And submit, and you can see how that will show up down below. Okay. So there's how you upload photos to the discussion board. And thanks for watching.